Greetings and happy Wednesday. I hope your week is going well. I'm Reverend Ken Daniel. I'm the associate pastor here at Hope United Methodist Church, and we'll bring you the message this week at 10 o'clock on Sunday. We'll be looking at John chapter 9, diving through the whole chapter. So we have that reading broken up to make it a little more interesting, a little more engaging. In fact, a pastor I first worked for told me never preach on more than 14 verses. Well, we're going to continue to do that throughout this Lenten series as we run into some challenging passages, some interesting passages as we look at the faces that we have been encountering throughout our Lenten journey. And my hope is that we do take that opportunity as we hear about a different face, we go home, we look at ourselves in the mirror and wonder, do we have that face? We're diving into some deeper waters this week as we look at two, what I'll say, dirty words in the church. Yes, I just said that. We're looking at evangelism and witness. Especially in Methodism, we don't talk about these a whole lot, yet John Wesley did. That is what Methodist societies and the early Methodist church engaged in so much of, but we as a church in modern times and these times, we're not so big on sharing our witness or evangelizing to others. And so we'll talk a little bit about this. We'll talk a little bit about the why. But in 2008, not baptism, but our membership vows included the word witness. We're going to support the church with our prayers, our presence, our gifts, our service, and our witness. And yes, I know it's not in the hymnal that we currently have in the pews. We're supposed to have those hymnals updated in 2020, but there's been a delay on those. So we'll look at this idea of witness. We've never really been trained in it. I can't think of a time, except for in seminary, where I was trained on evangelism, I was trained on witness. So we'll talk a little bit about this. I think there's, for a lot of us, some trauma that may be tied into that. I'll talk a little bit about mine in my early days where I was worried about what I did might impact my witness, yet I never really said anything, never really reached out to folks. So we'll talk a little bit about this. We'll talk about the face of witness as we encounter the life of Jesus, as we encounter one of Jesus's miracles, one of the healings that took place in our scripture. So I hope you join us this Sunday, either live in person or on live stream. Have a blessed rest of your week.